Snafu, a word defined by Google as a confused or chaotic state, semicolon, a mess. This word perfectly describes my senior project in a nutshell. I'll start off by giving some background as to what it's about. Right before winter break 2018, I was introduced to this project by my lovely teacher, Mrs. Jacobs. This woman gave a rough overview of the whole thing, saying that we needed to choose a career to research and shadow for. After hearing this, I spent many sleepless nights over winter break pondering what career is best suited for me. Do I want to be a firefighter? A professional food taster? A nurse? All of these occupations didn't seem fit for me, leaving me in a slump. I went to my mother for assistance, and she immediately told me to be a civil engineer. I had no other option in my head, so I just said, sure. Now that I've chosen this career, how in the world am I going to obtain a mentor, you may ask? I searched the 7 seas, traveled across continents, and asked every soul in the state of California to find a mentor suitable for my needs. The legend himself, Peter Tonthat, was the answer. Mr. Tonthat was a Vanpool friend of my mother, which made it easy for me to contact him. After shooting a few emails to verify my shadowing date, I transitioned to the next step of the senior project. Career research notes. Sweet Jesus! The career research notes took me so long. It tested my sanity. I thought I was reading a typo when I saw Mrs. Jacobs put 6 pages of notes on Canvas. After a lot of complaining, the first thing I did was research the job description. The job description stated that civil engineers conceive, design, build, supervise, operate, construct, and maintain infrastructure projects and systems in the public and private sector, including roads, buildings, airports, tunnels, dams, bridges, and systems for water supply and sewage treatment. The second part of the research consisted of the duties and responsibilities of a civil engineer. Civil engineers are responsible for analyzing survey reports, maps, environmental hazards, and other factors before constructing a project. They also have to consider things such as construction costs and long-range plans for infrastructure. The required education for being a civil engineer is a high school diploma. Psych! You need a bachelor's degree, fool! Okay, all these facts might be a little bit boring, so let's get to the fun part. Money! In 2017, the median pay for civil engineers was $84,700 per year. Pretty good, huh? Even better, in California, the average salary of a civil engineer is $107,710! And to add icing on this already delicious looking cake, many current civil engineers are retiring within the next decade. And as the infrastructure continues to age, civil engineers will be in high demand. The next checkpoint in the senior project was the quick guide. I just used a template I found online and used my notes to fill the information. This checkpoint was definitely one of the easier ones. Checkpoint numero 5 was the academic resume. This checkpoint ruined my self-confidence. I couldn't think of any notable or outstanding achievements that made me different than everyone else. This checkpoint overall was pretty depressing. But thanks to this, I'm inspired to join more clubs and activities. Yeah! 6. Checkpoint 6. The cover letter. This checkpoint was undoubtedly the most confusing for me. I could not wrap my head around how I could contribute to Mr. Tonthat's job, and I didn't see how I'd make a good fit to being a civil engineer. Besides that, though, let me gloss over to checkpoint 7. Checkpoint 7, recommendation letters. This checkpoint was most definitely my favorite checkpoint. I got to visit and reunite with my junior and sophomore year teachers. Specifically, when I met with Mrs. Copetti, she was more than happy to write me a recommendation letter, which was really nice. Reading her comments about me warmed my little heart and gave me motivation to try harder on this senior project. Checkpoint 8! The final checkpoint. Evidence of shadowing. The most important part of the senior project. I had to travel to downtown LA to meet with my #1 idol, Mr. Tonthat. Once I arrived at the building, I did an interview took a few notes, asked a few questions, gave a firm handshake, then transferred to a different mentor due to time restraints. I met Christina Beliedo, a nice woman who gave me advice on what to do during and after college to pursue civil engineering. After shadowing for 4 hours in total, I received a mentor evaluation and time card, then went on my merry way back to my house. This concluded the most major part of the senior project. Reflection time. Did this experience meet your expectations? I would say yes, it did. What did you learn? Well, I learned that civil engineering is not nearly as bad as I had previously expected. Thank you for watching. This is goodbye. That's it.